Writers Guild of America and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers are set to resume contract negotiations today.
It has been more than a month since the two sides last met. The WGA has called the mid-August meeting a lecture from the studio executives. Writers are still picketing as negotiations for them resume. They've now been on strike for nearly 150 days. For more on the negotiations, let's bring in Lucas Shaw. He's a managing editor for media and entertainment at Bloomberg News. Hey there, Lucas. So where has progress been made, if anywhere, and where are the talks really stalling?
Well, the biggest progress is that both sides seem to want to engage and do a deal. You know, you talked about how they haven't spoken in a month. When they spoke in August, they hadn't really spoken in two and a half months before that. I think there was real progress in August on a number of fronts because the studios came back with proposals on things offering bigger raises. They were going to share viewership data with the Guild. They were also promising kind of certain minimums. There were and protections on artificial intelligence. Two of the big areas where they still haven't come to any agreement are on this concept of minimums, having a minimum number of writers who are going to be in a room working on a show. The studios have tried to leave that up to the showrunners. And the other is on sort of sharing in success, basically being paid more when something is a successful hit on streaming.
So, Lucas, is there any indication that things are going to go differently this time around, besides the fact that they're actually meeting?
It's dangerous to speculate in this because I think coming out of that August conversation, a lot of people thought that would lead to maybe not a deal right away, but real progress, and then they split. Yeah. Most of the sources that I talked to express some optimism that both sides have come into this wanting to do a deal, that they were closer in August than people realize and that we may be just weeks away. But I have trained myself not to be too optimistic in this case because as you know, we are months into this labor stoppage.
Well, Lucas, we have heard how this strike has been affecting writers, but as it continues to go on and on, is there a time limit before the studios just cannot sustain it any longer?
Well, look, the studios will be able to sustain it for a very long time from a business perspective because they're owned by companies that make money in a lot of different ways. You think of a company like Disney, the theme parks aren't closing anytime soon. Their cable networks still make money, even if they don't have as many new scripted shows. But they do start to feel real pain if they're not putting new projects out. And it is something that the average consumer will start to notice. We already have started the fall TV season without a lot of new scripted shows on broadcast. It's why you have a show like Yellowstone airing on CBS. There are certain movies that were due for release this fall that they've pushed because the actors can't promote it, like Dune 2. You look into next year, we risk not having much of a summer movie season. If a movie like Deadpool 3 can't get going, that's not great for viewers. It's not great for Disney. And there are a lot of streaming services that need to get back into production now if they want to have as much new programming, next spring and certainly next summer.
Lucas Shaw, thank you so much.